Sure can. 3 months.
3 months? What do you mean drop PX? Why? Oh, I have to prepare for college entry exams? Oh well.
Starting this year, the PSAT 9.
Oh, okay. But that's not a college exam.
That is.
College
That is a PSAT stands for practice SAT. So in the state of Colorado, for the state test, you take. Hello, Ben. You take the 9th grade PSAT. All right. Actually, I don't want to share this,
I
Ben.
don't understand how they word this. This is very confusing. Jack, sometimes you just have to go with confusion.
All right, McKinley, hit the lights, please. And then I'm going to plug in my power source so that Ben doesn't go away halfway through class. You can just turn them off. It's all right if you want to fade them because it's cool. You can do that.
It's not cool, by the way. It is
We're about to do 4 constructions that are. We'll go over homework in a second. We're going to go over 4 constructions that are. One of them's easy. The other ones are. Oh boy, they're
Why
messy.
does that work? Construction 9. Why does construction 9 work? They also don't do it very well.
All right. Questions on the homework?
It was homework. They're raising the hand.
Yes, one of you.
12, 13, and 14.
All right, let's take a look at 12, 13, and 14.
What did I do for those ones? Oh yeah.
All right, so we have this acute triangle.
Yeah, that's why is it so
What, Jack? You got to work on your
people skills?
people skills.
He said he'd be a good friend for the
Do you-
rest of February.
Do you think you're trying to be offensive?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I'm
Because
just
if you had
actually-
said yes,
I'm actually
then
just
I would
asking.
been worried.
No, I'm actually just asking.
I know you are, and we're just trying to help you improve as a human being. So you just got to work on your. Now, does it say they're median? Yes, they are medians. So we got CUB and B, and U is in the middle, so that's a median. And we got AWB. A, there's the median right there. And we got a median right here, and that's B. So let's see, median. Okay, cool. So 12, what are we given? AP is x squared.
Middle
So
is P.
AP, and middle is P. What letter was I trying to write there?
V.
V. Okay, that's a V. All right. So AP is x squared.
Yes. And then PU is 2.
PU is my 7th graders. All right. PU is, what was it?
2.
2x. Okay, what's the relationship between those two?
1/3.
That's what you think. And by the way, that's what the theorem says. But remember that other part of yesterday's class? What's the relationship between 1/3 and 2/3? Which is which?
So the AP is, or 2x is half.
Okay, so you can write it 2 ways. You can write one as double the other or one as half. So it doesn't really matter which way you want to write it. Double is easier than half, right? So double this short piece is equal to long piece. So in other words, 2 times 2x, why did I write a 4? 2x is equal to x squared. Well, let's just do a little bit of algebra. 2 times 2x,
4.
okay. We got a quadratic. Yeah? So let's solve it. We haven't had a quadratic like this in a while. You may have forgotten how to solve this quadratic. Jack, do you remember?
Yeah.
So we're going to move the 4x to the other side. So I have x squared minus 4x equals 0. Right? There's no number there. So factoring in the traditional sense of parentheses, 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 parentheses doesn't work. We can still factor that. What's common in both terms? So we're going to factor out an x. So you get x is equal to, or I'm sorry, x times x minus 4 is equal to 0. It's still the 0 product property. That either means this is 0 or that's 0. That either means that x is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x equals either 0 or 4, what's the only number that would work since it's geometry?
That can't be right.
Well, it's not, it's saying 1/3, 2/3, remember?
Yeah, but that-
Well, let's see if the numbers work.
oh,
So
never
what,
mind, never mind.
what are we claiming the answer is?
4.
It's not 0, right? So 4. So this would make that piece right here 16, and that would make this piece right here.
8.
And notice that the relationship is one's got to be half of the other, and together they're 1/3, 2/3 of what? 24? Yeah. There we go. All of the ones from 12 through 14 are done like that, basically.
Somebody else just brute force it.
Not if it's x squared and 2x, or I would say just pick up whole numbers and see which
Yeah.
one. Okay, yeah, that works great because the answer was 4. But if it was
Well, I mean, you could get closest.
if
to
it was
making that
14/3 was the answer, which it could have been, right? Then no, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, it's a geometry book, and math teachers write it, so worth a shot if you're out of guesses of what to do there. All right, anybody else? All right, 1 through 9, all. 1 was drawing. 2, x is 6, y is 2.5. 3, BP is 2, and AP is 4. 4, AB is, they gave you that. BP is 7/3, and the second one, AP is 14/3. 5, AP is 3.8, and AB is 5.7. And then you had a whole bunch of constructions, and then we got to the 11, right? So 11A, GD is 1/3, AD is 1/3 times BE, and that equals GE. B part B, it's GB, and part C is, depending on how you wrote your angles, GBA, GED, GDE. Basically, you had to have B in the middle, E in the middle, or D in the middle. That made sense? Okay. 12 we just did is 4. 13 is 3 and -1 for y. And you're like, well, how can you get a negative number? You said it had to be positive. Because remember, when you have a variable expression, you could get a negative number for a variable as long as the answer was positive. So that's why it says y squared plus 1. So if y is -1, -1 squared is +1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you do get a positive answer there. So sometimes a quadratic only has one answer. Sometimes it will have 2 in geometry. And then the last one, 14, is 7 and 17. 7 and 7.
Sir,
Yes.
you're breaking up a bit. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna need numbers 2, 4, 12, and 14 again because I can't hear those.
Okay. 2, x is 6, y is 2.5. The next one.
4,
7/3 and 14/3.
you're breaking up. Can you please say that again? Or just type it in chat.
7/3 and 14/3.
7/3 and 13/3.
14/3.
What?
Ben, this isn't going to work very well. And unfortunately, I'm off the Ethernet right now, so I'm just on Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi doesn't work well here.
Why don't you turn on the internet? Or
well,
the internet
This is the cable that has to go over there.
Well, I could
Can you
figure it
just
out.
type it in the chat?
Well, yeah. Let's see if that'll work.
Or write it on the board?
Yeah, it's more correct. Why? Well, what's Shrek? What do you remember from Shrek? I remember there's the green ogre and a donkey. Your donkey is the best. I like the ogre.
All right. How's the audio now?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Okay. 7/3, 14/3.
Okay. Wait, so
And-
7 and 1/3 or
Just 7/3 and 14/3.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Okay, number 12 you said was 13.
12 is 4.
Number 12 is 4.
I'm really bad at on my forehead.
And what is number 14?
7 and 17.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. All right. Everything we do today, Book of Truth. It's going to be nothing but constructions. Here's your homework.
Oh, yes. Homework.
I got to see if this is, if my camera is doing what I want it to do. Can you see? I know I got to make sure that Ben, because I'm recording this. There we go. That looks pretty good. These are a couple of them. It's either one or two that are very easy, and then the other two are ugly.
Do we have to do 1 through 10? What about 1 through 5 all?
Well, you're in the honors class.
I'm in the honors class, so I thought we were just doing normal geometry.
We are doing normal geometry
Then why is it called honors class?
because we teach it at a different level. We give you different questions. We ask you more challenging questions. We do the regular class.
Okay.
Regular class we do exactly the same. They're a day behind us now. All right.
Well, maybe they should be having e-learning day.
No, you guys need an e-learning day.
What?
So, oh no, you're right, McKinley. I'm wrong.
Yes, does that mean
They would need it, but they're the regular class. They would not be motivated to do that. I have kids in that class literally saying, "Nope, I looked at the homework. I didn't want to do it."
Didn't want to do it. All you have to do is write down scribbles on your homework. I think you should be fine.
All right, and we finally get to make circles.
Finally.
There's only 4 constructions. 4 constructions. There's a lot to write on 3 of them. All right, the first one, I'm going to make a tangent to the point here on the circle. So, oh wait, I got to print it out for you. I'm saying, what am I?
This is the class we use regularly.
Sir. So once again, steps in the Book of Truth, sheet of paper to practice this. You got to practice it. It's not something you want to not practice. All right, you need to write steps down. They're not written for you. Draw a ray from the center of the circle through the given point. Draw a ray, so I mean a straight edge. Draw a ray, and I want the ray to go out a distance, a certain, and I don't mean like literally a certain distance, but a good distance. That's not my favorite marker. This one is. All right, so I'm going to go from A through B a certain distance. Does it really matter? Longer is better than shorter.
But why does it have to be?
You'll see. Yes?
This is very hard to do without a straight edge.
Use the side of your book. Use the side of your book.
That's what I've been doing. It's very, very hard.
Well, why don't you get a protractor?
Because McKinley won't.
All right, step 2.
I never said that.
Now, you see the word radius right here? Radius doesn't mean radius of a circle. When you measure something with a compass, guess what you're really measuring? A radius, right? And that radius is a distance. Okay, so using the compass with a given radius, that just means you make one up. From the given point, that's B, draw arcs that intersect the ray. And it says arcs that intersect the ray, so that means plural. So this might be, might be at the stage where you want to kind of put things in your own words. Okay, so here's the issue. If I put this on B and I have it open up way over here, guess what happens? I can't intersect this thing. So it's got to be smaller than the radius of the actual circle. Okay, so pick a distance. Bigger is better. And try to be accurate. And you're gonna mark both sides. Don't tell me this is dead. How is this dead? It was capped.
Because the gods will it so.
There we go. You have to overcome. This should not be dead. It's a brand new marker. I got plenty of them, but this was brand new when I started the other day.
Well, Anna should give you more because she has an abundance of them in her notebook.
All right. We good on that first step? All right, our second step. All right. Step number 3, we're going to construct a perpendicular. Notice it says construct a perpendicular, but it doesn't say how. So you got to remember how to make a perpendicular bisector. I'm going to make a perpendicular bisector through point B. You remember how to make a perpendicular bisector?
Nope.
Step number 1 is what we just did. Hey, we made these two arcs. Step number 2 is you open it up a distance. Any distance will work. Any distance that is at least longer than the distance between the arc and B. And then you make an arc. Work pen. Oh, you're being ornery. That's horrible. Okay. New technique. Arc. And then from the other one, another arc.
What?
So then,
No.
open it up a distance more than halfway. Make an arc from here, make an arc from there.
Oh, okay.
We're making a perpendicular
I
bisector.
think I get it. The intersect the ray.
You're like, you said this was going to be difficult. This is the easy one. Remember we made the first time we made arcs above and below? That was just to show you that you can make them above and below. We only really need either above or below. Second to last step shall be connect the arc with the given point, and the claim is that this will be a tangent.
Really?
And you can see if you extend it past, it actually is a tangent. There you go.
The humanity.
That was pretty slick. So the reality, all you really did, because you're given this point B, is you made a perpendicular bisector. But you have to, the key here is you have to draw from the center through the given point. And then you just make a perpendicular to that. It is a perpendicular bisector because first thing we did was we extended a certain radius. We made that arc and that arc right there. Okay, cool. Easily forgettable. But if you have that picture with the arcs in your notes, you can kind of ignore the words, and because once you become familiar with what we're doing with arcs, you can kind of look at it and say, oh, okay, I can see what we did. You might have to still have the fact that the first thing you do is draw that ray. All right. All that's ticking me off that that's dead. I don't know why it's ticking me off that it is. All right, questions on the first one? That's construction 8? Yeah. It's really construction 9 because we had that 1A, 1B. Yeah. Sure. All right, the next 2 or next 3 are cool.
Next 3 are cool.
Yeah, they are. All right, construction 9, we are going to make that other thing that we did, which is we are going to, given a circle, I got to erase that, given a circle and a point outside a circle, we're going to make a tangent to the circle again. In other words, we're going to draw from here to the circle. Okay?
That's not hard. All you have to do is use a compass and boom, you have a.
And I will tell you that that is what most students initially say, why can't I just draw a line to the circle? Well, it would be close to being a tangent. You're just not guaranteed it is the tangent, but it would be close.
So if it's close, then that's good enough for me.
Well, that's good enough for government work, but not for math.
Do the same thing.
All right.
Oh. I see.
So This one has a lot of steps, not as much as the next one, but it has a lot of steps. So step number one, we're gonna play connect the dots with the center of the circle and the given point. So we're gonna play connect the dots between the center of the circle. You don't have to go past it this time. Center of the circle and the given point. Center of the circle and the given point. Okay. That's step one.
Give me a second. All right. You
Step
and-
one.
Why are you doing it free drawing it?
Because he doesn't have a compass.
I have a compass.
He doesn't have a protractor, which is what the step one required him to do.
Exactly. Where's my straight edge at? I found it roughly.
All right, step number two, we are going to make a perpendicular bisector. This is the unintuitive step. All right, we're going to make a perpendicular bisector to this right here. So starting from scratch, now we really are that step. To make a perpendicular bisector, you open this up, the compass to more than halfway. More than halfway. You make an arc on one side. I was hoping that would start to the right. It isn't. Same measurement. Arc over here on this side.
He's freehanding it too.
I am, because my marker's dead.
I'm as good as the
All right.
man. Are you though?
Once that's done, now notice these are all steps within make a perpendicular bisector. I mean, it's not going to spell out how to do that because that's a previous construction. From these two arcs right here, you can open it up a different, you can keep it the same, doesn't make a difference. And I'm going above, I'm going to make a mark. Make a mark above. And do the same thing to right here. There we go. Now, before we had a point right here, so it'd be nice if we had a point to go through. So this one's really hard to not cheat and use your compass. So this is the one that really does require, when there is no point on the thing, to make above and below.
Hey, I made a circle.
Well, we're not there yet. Okay. There we go. And then we take our straight edge, we play connect the points. My straight edge isn't long enough.
Yeah, what does happen when you straight edge isn't long
Okay.
enough?
You gotta get a long straight edge.
But what if I don't? Yes, you may have it when I am done.
You don't have a ruler? Just get a
I don't have a ruler. No. I don't know where my ruler is. Use the compass real fast. Compass?
Protractor.
Hey, I can take it back.
All right, we good so far? This one has a lot of steps. All right. So it says from the intersection of the two segments. So we're talking these two segments right here. From the intersection of the two segments, it says measure a distance. It doesn't tell you how much. It just says measure a distance. All right, well, I can measure a distance. So I'm going to measure a distance. That just means opening up your compass to a distance. So measure a distance
Oh, why did I just close that?
from this intersection to, and since it's the middle, to the given point. So basically you're just measuring how far your bisector is, the length of your bisector. So from there, I'm measuring that distance. Okay, great, I measured the distance. It's that big. And we got that measured. From the intersection of the two segments, measure the distance with the compass. From the intersection of the segments to the given point, that's C.
So,
And you could also measure from there to A. It's the same distance since you just made a bisector.
okay. Yeah, I did. That's a very long wording.
With the distance you just measured, draw a circle from the center that's going to go through A and C. And since you just measured that radius, that's painful.
Yeah, I made a circle.
There we go.
And why do we need a line through the middle?
Take a guess at what these 2 points are right here.
Oh, the thing with the thing.
Guess what these 2 points will now be?
What do you mean?
This point right here, that intersection of the 2 circles,
It'll be a tangent.
that's where your tangent lies. Now remember, if you have a point outside a circle, there are 2 tangents. So this doesn't say which particular one that you're going to draw. So pick one, it doesn't matter. They're both tangents. Last step, connect C to that point. And you have now made your tangent. I'll draw both just so you can see them. My magnets are failing me. There we go. So it doesn't require you to draw both of them. But if you had to draw both of them, well, they're there. So to make a tangent, you basically draw 2 circles. Crazy. Now, remember I started off by saying that I put things in my own words, and a couple of you just said, hey, that's kind of wordy. Well, then you need to change it into your own words. So real briefly, all we did was we connected center to there. We made a perpendicular bisector. We measured that distance right here, and that became the radius of this circle, and the intersection of the 2 circles showed us where our 2 points of tangency are. All right, that wasn't too bad.
Need a straight edge, well, yes, but I can't find it right now. Yes, it is. Well, maybe your brain will allow you to draw a straight edge because you can imagine it's a life or death
I can
situation.
draw it in my brain. I can't draw it on the.
All right,
Okay.
the next one is, are we good? Next one is sweet. It's also kind of, it's the, I don't know if it's the shortest one, maybe the first one was the shortest one. Much shorter than this one. This one had a lot.
And
And it's really only a lot because of the words.
Oh,
Do you think you're going to remember this?
probably not.
No chance, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
When we get to the practice day, which is it tomorrow? Practice day? I think so. We do the practice day. It'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow's a snow day. Will be Friday. Then we'll just do this over and over and over again until you guys are like, okay, I got this. You can stop type thing. Also, having this picture in your book, I mean, we can do it tomorrow. Having this picture right here in your book of truth is really helpful. Like whenever I have to, I don't remember this either. Whenever I have to teach it, I'm looking at the teacher book. And this is the picture that's in the teacher because I know what I need to do. Just sometimes describing it is like, which is the first step, which is the second step. Okay.
You can make this
All right. The next 2 are really fun. Really fun.
really fun, like as fun as going to Disneyland and then meeting Darth Vader or something.
Well, he's not in Disneyland, but
Darth Vader's not real.
Oh, he is real. He's out in the galaxy
All right.
doing something.
guess what we're gonna do?
Eat ice cream for the rest of class.
No, we're gonna make a circle
I already said this.
around this one.
That's not
And
hard.
not only around it, we are going to circumscribe that triangle with a circle.
All right. I can.
Okay.
Sorry,
In other words, our
circumscribe.
circle is going to touch all 3 vertices,
Did you
and it's
say
going to be what?
Did you just say circumcise the triangle?
Circumscribe.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, let's not go there.
Why did you go there, McKenna? All right.
One kid always does. All right. So here we go. Sounds like a hard thing to do, right?
No.
I mean, where's the circle? Where's the center of the circle?
It's very.
You can put the center of the circle anywhere. You're just
Yeah, but if I
drawing a
put the
circle.
center of the circle here and I draw the circle, then it doesn't touch. Well, have you read ahead?
No, I already said it. Remember in the class?
No, it's just Yeah, right.
It's not where the medians are, but it is like that. It ends up being, because of the triangle, if you remember right, there is one of the constructions that we talked about yesterday that is equidistant to the corners, and that would be the,
Bisectors.
that would be the,
Bisectors of the angle.
that would be the,
Twice
still haven't said it right.
Altitude?
You got two more guesses.
What those? You mean it? Okay.
Oh, the circle.
That would be the circumcenter. And how do we make the circumcenter?
The bisector.
From the perpendicular.
Perpendicular bisectors. Okay. Not the angle bisectors, not the medians, not the altitudes, it's the perpendicular bisectors. Okay, but here's where we're going to make our life easier. We already know that all three of the perpendicular bisectors come to a point, right? And that point's going to be the center of the circle. So how many do we actually need to draw?
2.
We just need to draw 2. So you don't have to do all 3. You just need to draw 2. So step number 1 is you pick 2 sides. Well, pick one. We got to do one at a time. Pick one side and make a perpendicular bisector. Okay, perpendicular bisector. By the way, the bigger the triangle is, the easier it is. The smaller the triangle, this becomes really hard to make it nice. So to make the, which side do we want to make? Which side do you want to do?
The top side.
There is no top here.
Yes, there is.
Left, right, or bottom?
The right.
Okay, let's do the right side. So remember, to make a perpendicular bisector, we have to open it up to at least a little bit more than halfway. Don't change your measurement once you have it set, right? And then to make an arc. And then not changing it, make another arc. Above and below. I didn't do that. I've already messed up. Okay. Nice thing is that even if you mess up, as long as you have one side done, the other side you can change your measurement, it'll still work. Arc. This is an abomination because my pen is not writing.
From where you point, halfway point, or at the very bottom?
You just have to have it open up more than halfway. And if we already knew where the point was, we don't even need to do 1, but you need to do 2 because otherwise it. I mean, I'm going to have some people that if they ever watch the video, like, well, you could always see where 90 degrees is on your compass. Well, if I'm using my protractor, that kind of negates the fact that, you know, we can use a straight edge. All right, so from there, I shall draw. And remember, all we really need is where they intersect in the center. All we really need is where they intersect in the center. I can erase that. What's the other side we want to do? Left, right, or left or bottom?
Top.
There's no top.
How is there no top?
It's triangle.
There isn't top.
Well, the top is a vertex.
Try the bottom.
Let's do the bottom. All right. Bottom, once again, you open it up. I can leave that measurement the same.
Wait, so does this doesn't work on a right triangle,
Sure it does.
but the intersection is on the triangle.
Okay. It'll still work.
Why does this not work? Why? Wouldn't it go outside?
Well, if we have time at the end, let's do a right triangle then. Doubting Thomas.
Well, I'm not doubting. I'm just saying. Oh, I thought you meant Robbie Downey Jr. What?
And remember, we're just trying to find the circumcenter.
I am beyond your human comprehension. You sure are. I am like the butterfly.
We found the circumcenter. By the way, step 2 would be pick another side, do the same thing. All we're trying to do, you can even leave all this stuff out of here and just put a little tiny X here in the middle where they come together. That's all you need. We're going to claim that that is the center of the circle. So what do you need to make a circle with a compass?
We need
What do we need?
the diameter.
Not the diameter. We need the
The spinny
the
thing.
radius. So we are trying to make a circle that goes around this triangle where all three vertices touch it. In other words, so those each vertex is going to make a radius to the center. So to find the radius of our circle, it's going to be the distance between the center and any one of the corners. So all you have to do now is measure that distance here. And then once that's measured, don't move it, just draw the circle. And if you've done it correctly, then the circle, my word, that's horrible. Then the circle should there we go. Go right around. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I did something horribly wrong.
You got the center?
Yes,
Okay, now I want you to measure from the center to any one of the three vertices.
I did that.
That's the radius of the circle. Now you notice mine was sloppy because I'm literally, my marker isn't working, so I'm holding the marker. That's why mine's a little bit, but it works pretty good.
I got close except for the top part of it. So it's a straight up one.
Right. Well, so did I, but mine's messed up because I'm moving my hand when I'm doing that. But that's the construction. So let me show you all the steps now. Okay, that's a lot of words. What do the words means? It means from the intersection to a corner, you measure it, draw a circle. Okay. There's no label here. Well, that was pretty slick. That could be useful if you ever needed to draw a circle around a triangle. So that's circumscribing, and the last one's going to be,
Inscribe.
okay, so we don't have enough time to literally do it in class. We're just going to copy down the steps. You can do it tonight for homework. We good on this one?
Yes.
All right. Unfortunately for you, the last one has the most steps. All right. Boy, does it have a lot of steps.
6 steps. What do they think it is? The 10 Commandments?
All right, I'll try to describe it. So, since our circle is going to be on the inside, right? We want the insides of the circle to touch the sides. Therefore, we don't want perpendicular bisectors. We want, which one was the distance to the sides? You remember? Which one of the 4 words we used yesterday, it was an equal distance from the sides?
The in-center.
The in-center. So we need angle bisectors. So you're going to make 2 angle bisectors, right? You make your 2 angle bisectors, right? Let's just say that it winds up being right there. Actually, I can freehand it pretty quickly. All right, there's your first angle bisector. There's your second. So there is your in-center right there. So step number 1 is construct bisectors of 2 of the angles. All right. Step number 2, all right, it gets complicated. It says from the intersection of the bisectors, draw 2 arcs to the side between the 2 bisectors. So here's the 2 bisectors. So what we're doing is we're from the intersection of the angle bisectors. Actually, we need to do this. And tomorrow's a practice day. How about we just hold this? I don't want to just have you write this down. It makes no sense. If there's some homework that requires you to do this particular one, construction 11, then you can just skip it. We'll finish it tomorrow.
Okay.
It's more important for us to actually do this than to do that. So you can copy it all down, and then we'll do this construction first thing tomorrow. Unless it's a snow day, and then we'll do it on Friday.
Well, you could send it on Microsoft Teams as kind of like an e-learning thing, when in reality it's
No, I mean, this is one of those ones because there's going to be some kid that like, what do you mean? No, explain that again. What's going on?
Mr. Sharkey, you're kind of in my way.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Are we supposed to?
Plus, I can
Yeah.
fix my compass here.
I thought you said we were supposed to do this tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing the actual thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do the construction tomorrow. I'll walk you through the steps, but you know, bell hasn't rung, so.
What? Too bad I'm not allowed to have my phone, because then I can take a picture of it.
Well, you're allowed to have your phone.
Wait, what do you mean?
Exactly. So what I mean.
I don't even know what step 3 is.
I don't
Exactly.
understand a word of this, Jax. so you're not the only.
And then if you open up your book and you look at the picture, it's equally confusing. I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 arcs in the picture.
The arcs. Thank you for being discreet.
Exactly. There are 12 arcs in the picture. That's crazy.
Whoa, oh, next, ooh, tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we get, geometric mean. Which I don't understand at all.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. Well, it won't be the day, will it be the day after tomorrow?
It'll be
Yeah,
on
Monday.
Friday.
Like the radio. Are we gonna have homework on Friday if we have a quiz?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay,
At least that's my current plan.
all part of the plan.
Is there a way of like not giving you, get them caught up? I have to give that one a thought.
We could take a nap during.
That's always an option.
What happened, where did S come from?
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at construction 14.
Oh, the mean, geometric mean?
Yeah. Where does S come from? Like, it just says from S, like, how am I supposed to know where S is?
Well, it comes from step 1. Draw a line and mark off RS.
What? So I can just draw S anywhere, it'd be the geometric.
You can draw the segment and have it be any distance.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, look at the top. You're given these two segments, A and B. These have a distance. So S is the distance between that right there. All right. Thank you. Ben, questions?
I have a question about the mortality of life and what, oh, yeah. hold on.
Mortality of life?
I don't have mine. I probably get.
Really want me to put you to 0 in the grade book?
Sure. I'm gonna get that grade already. Let's go. That idiot.
Aiden just said that he's still in the art of not having friends.
No.
Oh.
Sad.
Hey, never mind, right through your stuff.
Sorry.
Which is. Got.
All right, Ben, we're signing off.
All right, goodbye. Have a nice day.
You as well.